Damn Chromatus, I want to talk about sex today. Intercourse. That stuff that you like to do when you're above age. Some people do it when they're below age. That will cause trauma. Don't do it if you can. Do you know what I'm saying? But above age intercourse, talking about it. A lot about mostly a trans perspective right now, though. All right, 6 months ago, I started H.R.T. Just took my dose, my new thing in the buttocks area. I do injections. And I feel pretty good. I feel like I'm making a lot of progress. I don't have a lot of people to talk to except for one trans sister about kind of like the different changes and stuff. I feel like their body change was different than my body change. And I haven't really talked about that yet, and I would like to. But she's been going through a few hospitals and stuff right now, so I'd like her to just rest at home before I talk to her about things. However, intercourse. Sex is very interesting for me now. I felt like when I went on, like, okay, I have a dick, got boobs and shit. I have no want to get rid of that. It feels feminine to me. It's quite feminine as well. It's a very... Okay, I'm not going to go into details about the dick. It's quite unique, I feel like, the H.R.T. and how it affected me. Before, I still do, but sex, I have a very high endurance. Lasts a while. So much that I don't tell people. Because you're out and some people are talking about shit. I'm a very open, positive sex person, but I try not to tell people. Well, at least I didn't. Now, I don't give a shit if someone believes me or not, because I know my wife does. I have a lot of endurance. But that endurance has gotten quite unique now. Because before, it took a lot to orgasm. But now, if there's particulars, that's okay. A lot of people feel shame when talking about sex. I don't know why. Everyone wants it. Everyone craves it. Not everyone, but, you know, asexuals are beautiful, but everyone craves it. All the media is shoved with boobs and tits and shit like that. No cocks, though, because, a lot of guys won't like seeing the cock, but maybe a few women will like seeing the boobs. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that bullshit. Now, eventually we'll see more dicks just helicoptering all over the place, but in the future person in the future, sex is like shameful to a lot of people, and talking about it and stuff like that, like how they can't express certain information. I don't know if YouTube is the perfect place for these conversations, but where else is anyone going to get the information? Like, just from a person that is going through the fiery changes of H.R.T. I never enjoyed sex with any other partner except for my wife, Mara. I just wasn't with great sex partners. That was pretty much the end all be of it. And when we got together, I used to be polyamorous. This is interesting. That happened out of a whole bunch of reasons why that happened. But there was merit to it, of the polyamory. There was merit to it. I can only soul bond with one person. Two souls coming together. I feel like that is the only possible thing for me. Sometimes my mind goes, well, no, I do love people, right? And I mean, I love having sex. I like making people feel good in every part of them. And if I can heal parts of them, I like that. So that's kind of falling in lines with polyamory, right? Okay, I want to be friends with them. I like to support them. I want to have sex with them. It's a lot of stuff. And when me and Mari got together, we talked about this because I was with someone online. And I realized, wait a minute, this isn't working for me. When I started finally showing my true colors and coming out of my skin, and after 22 years of walking around in a corpse to being me, everything made more sense. What actually feels right. What were the reasons for being polyamorous in the first place? What's the merits there? What is the stuff that was hidden underneath emotionally before I came myself, before I realized myself, before I let me be me? What was the merits? I love people. My brain isn't calm if I'm not having sex. It gets crazy. Intrusive thoughts and intense feelings, all of it. I don't function very well. I'm a very high sexual person. So I guess I'm totally open with allowing someone to be a part of me physically and me becoming entwined with someone and it being positive, and then that's what it was. And I would talk to them just like a normal human being. A lot of people have sex with people and they don't talk to them afterwards. Understandably, if there was uncomfortabilities like broken, if there was rules broken, and you could sense from this person, I am a high functioning empath. H.R.T made my empath feelings and ability just go way up. I sometimes feel like I can see people's thoughts with how they feel. I don't like saying it enough because someone will either go, bullshit, or they'll just get freaked the fuck out. But there's so many times that I'm around people and I know a lot more about them than they realize. I don't like saying it. And like if I see a couple and I realize one of them is not good to the other one, I will assess, this is not something I should like help, or it obviously depends on the situation, because I will happily try and like say, look, someone notices this, someone notices the shit you're going through, maybe look in the mirror and say, you're awesome and this is not good for you, like that kind of thing. But then there's some scenarios where it's like, I will not meddle in someone's business unless I see some like real that this person's gonna do this person damage, you know what I mean? I can't help it. I think it's one of my flaws where I can't not try and help people, because people deserve to have their own space in their business, but it's hard. So, but yeah, sex for me is very free, open, unique. Me and Mari have explored the ideas of threesomes, the idea of that sex is just sex and it makes you feel good. Some people have like a lot of hang-ups around it and not allowing themselves to be open. A lot of people want these things. A lot of people want to have sex with multiple people, but why? Do you know what I mean? Why? And I'm speaking from a trans perspective, because when you're on H.R.T, things might start getting a bit more tense for you. And you might start making yourself feel really bad, like I did. Why the hell are these feelings coming around? I never felt horny before H.R.T. Like, I mean, let me explain that. The way it feels for me now, I can imagine that's how it feels for most people. For most people who have all the chemicals, their estrogen, their testosterone, whichever. I did not have the estrogen that I needed. It was the only chemical that I needed. I did not need to be tossed up on antidepressants for 22 years. I did not need that. No, I needed this. And what's interesting, there were so many moments where people, they've seen parts of me. They've seen parts of me trying to come out behind the door. Me was behind the door through the keyhole trying to get out. But when shit gets suppressed as a kid, it fucking sucks. So you grow up seeing people being bad, people being horrible around sex, being told that masturbation's wrong and everything else. Here's the thing with me. I really don't like porn. I cannot watch anybody else naked at all, like porn or anything like that, because my brain is, I don't know if this person's having a good time. Also, I don't have permission. Also, this is how do I know that this person's okay? And it's like, I have not met this person. I have not felt their energies on my energies to allow a sexual feeling. And what's wild to me is that this kind of stuff is normalized. I think like OnlyFans and Fansly is more open for this kind of stuff, because you are in some way given some kind of permission. and you're helping someone's life to grow, and that's their business. That's how they work. That is more what I can totally understand and get behind. But for me, it's still way too intense. So, okay, I have all this sexual stimulation. Me and my wife are nymphomaniacs. But sometimes I also have the beautiful issue of overfamiliarity. That is something that took me a while to figure the fuck out of why am I so horny but not horny right now? Why do I have this feeling? But there's this beautiful naked woman right there, and I just don't know what to do. Hey, look, my body works, but the emotions aren't there. It's an issue of overfamiliarity. So, like, me and Maria have had one threesome so far within our relationship. Yes. And that person broke our rules about one thing. We are a team. Me and Mari are a unit. If you're into me, you gotta be into her. If you're into her, you gotta be into me. We are like, the way we are around each other, it's like we're one mind. And sometimes we like break out of that thing, like, whoa, you're like a totally different person that loves me? Holy shit. Like, it's so beautiful what we have. And even at the start of a relationship, it was kind of talked about, like, I'm totally fine with that. I'm open with sex and everything else. It's a positive thing. And we kind of broke that down and took our time and figured that out. But yeah, we had one negative experience. And that kind of put a little bit of a roadblock in it for us, because it wasn't negative. Nothing really bad happened during it, but it was a rule being broken of don't touch one of us when we're not in the room. And the person did. Like, they went into the bathroom and tried to be all like handsy and stuff and do something to her in the bathroom. And we're like, And so we were like, you know what? We are going to just go. And then when we we talked to this person about it, they just blocked her or whatever, it opened my eyes, and it made me realize it's so, like, that was also, even before H.R.T. That was before I was even on H.R.T. I thought, hey, look, I have enough feminine things, like the way my body was, everything, it was still very feminine. But I was living in denial at the time. Still, like, it was very early on in, like, my progression. You have to not let negative experiences change you too much. Because when that happened, when we had the threesome, I wasn't on H.R.T. at the time. So I didn't have all these emotions and everything else. So that's why it's more intense now. Because, like, okay, I feel way better about blowjobs now. These things are kind of cool. They're okay, but they're very intense. So obviously my stimulated mind is like, well, what if it's like, two heads? Oh wow, that's quite interesting. Sex cools my brain in a very particular way. I have so much fucking energy. It is so hard to contain. And I don't know. I love surrounding myself in sex positive people. It's like there's a lot of different biases around sex and hang-ups and stuff. Like how lots of people, a lot of people want to have really good sex. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to just have it with one person. Some people want to have multiple people. Some people want to have it with multiple people while with one person. But they'll still let themselves feel shame. There are times sex should feel bad if somebody has done something wrong to you. Somebody has broken a rule. Somebody has made you feel like your needs weren't as valid as their needs. And that doesn't fall into like the categories of, BDSM, DDLG, because those are power things and dynamics and stuff. But I totally recognize that shit gets misconstrued by people a lot. Like there's power, there's having power over somebody, there is being a powerful figure to them. But still people and equals. Some people don't see others as equals. As a sex partner. Do you know what I mean? They don't see them as an equal, as I'm allowing you into my physical space. So once you are in my physical space, I will take care of you. I will understand you and how you work. And when you leave my space, you will still just be able to talk to me and see me. Unless while in my space, you have done something wrong. Or I've done something wrong. It's about acceptance that it's not sex that's bad, it's not wanting sex that's bad, it's how people go about it, how people operate themselves around sex and judgments and everything else. It's just everyone wants to try and be better than someone else, but I don't know. I guess I never made myself feel good about a lot of things until most recently. I'd have a high drive, I'd make sure everyone felt good, but until Mari, I never let myself feel good. I never let the things that people said to me hurt, like allow them to actually jolt my mind and say, whoa, that was shitty. That was bad. That was bad, Juju. And now, I won't make myself feel bad about these stimulations, the want for threesomes, the want for these things, because it's just a human experience. And she doesn't. She's honestly damn near exhausted. Not fucking. What's the word? She's just pissed off that. Shut up, okay? You don't need to stop making yourself feel bad about this anymore. And I'm really trying not to. But obviously, she's my soul partner. I am bonded to her, and anything that I think. That time we had a bad threesome. Okay, that time. Well, it wasn't. It was a rule was broken, and it wasn't acceptable by us. We branded ourselves. All right, like right. So I faded, but we branded ourselves, and it was a brand that said, "Always together, always together." No, not even if there's a 1% that's off. It's not good. Always 100% together, no matter what. Not someone liking the other one more or that crap. Do you know what I mean? Like, we are one unit. And yeah, like with H.R.T, it's and my estrogen. With my estrogen that I clearly very much needed. It's not just been emotional growth that has shown me that either. It's my body has adapted to estrogen in a very radical way. A lot of people think I keep saying this, but some people I think don't think my tits are fake. And there's nothing wrong with getting a tit job, baby. Get yours if you got the cash. But I have a very unique feeling of euphoria regarding my fucking tits, because they've grown to a size double D naturally after 6 months. I think it's called the giganticism gene. Everything about me is big, and that feels nice. But where I'm not supposed to be big, it's smaller and delicate. Like my hands are like kind of, and my feet are just shaped really nicely. And I'm shaping more that way with estrogen. But it's the boobs. They feel just really good. I just want to talk about my boobs. They feel really good. They feel nice. And I just want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can grow your own tits if you're trans. You can grow. And if you're a guy, I don't know if you can grow a dick. I'm sorry. But just don't grow out to be a dick. And that's the most beautiful thing. Because you can have that high dick energy, baby, and not have, a fucking organic dick. Whatever. Look, you can have a fucking strap and be beautiful. Okay, that's still your cock. Okay, Jesus. Be nice to yourself. But you can have that high dick energy, and that's where it's at, okay? You can have small dick energy and have the biggest dick in the world, and it fucking nothing, okay? That shit doesn't matter, alright? Side note. They're clearly a very side note. This is my first kind of little chatty time since a while now, so I'm trying to get back into my groove. Actually, I'm getting into a new groove, okay? Emperor's New Llama bullshit, okay? This is gonna be new, and it's gonna be nice, and I feel rejuvenated. So, voice crack right at the end is nice. I'll be here for you, regardless of subscribers and yada yada yada, because I enjoy doing this, and this is also a way to get out a type of energy, and you will get honesty from me about my progression as going forward when I feel comfortable to express and stuff like that, because it might be nice to see that somebody's going through the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole world, like you go outside, and if you're a high empath, you can feel people. But I let that fuel me into doing this, being on camera and letting myself realize that there's other good people sprinkled in the world. It might feel like there's shitheads everywhere. However, there is good people around. Sometimes you get fooled by bad people into thinking they're good, and they betray you. Don't let yourself feel stupid for that. And also the thing about oversharing, when you have like you're neurodivergent, ADHD, all that, why do you make yourself feel bad? I'm gonna talk about that in another video, but I hope my rambles have helped you a tiny bit. It's mostly just I wanted to get some energy out. Wanted to talk about my feelings around sex and how it has evolved for me, and how it, even as a kid, forgot to say this, it was something that was always on my mind as a very young kid. And it would calm my brain. Wild. But if you have similar reactions to estrogen, or if you are not even estrogen at all, and you know, got helped a little bit, I hope that I did. But my advice to you, fish person, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. So do some smiley bit, and I'll see you in the next one.